Hey guys, welcome back. I'm here with the very hot and very sexy Jaden Cole. Lucky me. And we're going to be asking her a few questions today. Some curious minds would like to know. First of all, I'd like to start at the beginning, some questions that I just want to know, just to get the few people out there that don't already know who you are.
Absolutely. What do you want to know about me?
Tell us how you fit into the business.
How do I fit into the business? Like, where's my niche?
Exactly.
I got a few different niches. I mean, I do some girl, and then I do a lot of softcore, and then promos and things like that. You know, it's typical modeling stuff. And then I do the feature dancing all around the country.
Nice. When was the last feature dance that you did?
Just last week, I got back from Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, during the big Michigan versus Ohio State game. It was a crazy weekend.
That must be pretty cool. So you get to go to all these new places, meet new people. Mm-hmm. What's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you during feature
Oh my
dancing?
God, everything's happened. Everything you can imagine. Well, it's like different towns, different people are into different things.
Yeah, and I would think being in a different town, it's less likely to come back to people that you know. So you feel like.
Yeah. There's not too much crazy. You can get much crazier than putting on a crazy show on stage and then, playing around with everybody afterwards. That's about the extent of it. But what's cool is that you get to kind of see what kind of different people are in different parts of the country and what they're into sexually. And you see guys that look like the priests coming into the strip club to see the porn.
Those are the craziest ones.
Chick on stage.
Have you noticed a difference in areas, different sexual desires and needs?
Totally.
What is California all about?
Oh, I have never featured in California. They don't usually have features. It's usually some other town. I've been to Pennsylvania 4 times and Ohio 4 times and Arizona twice and Texas 3 times. Cities like that. So the cool thing is that I think the online thing has really taken off. Online dating, online sex, everything is right there and up front for you,
Speaking of online, I don't know about you, but if it weren't for online dating, I would never date.
You not have a dating life.
They would be non-existent, literally. Because I feel like there's no other place in the world where you can have a glass of wine, sit there in your PJs, and go through 2,000 profiles of people that match what you're looking for.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you ever try websites like Sex Surge or XXX Match?
Absolutely. Those are 2 good ones because it's sort of upfront about everything, and I like that because I'm comfortable when I meet people, and you can sense when they're not, you know what you like and are into and what you want to go do right now, and they're kind of like, all right, slow down. So
and it's like this little game, you take a little step forward and you're like, okay, is this cool? Is this okay? We're still cool. Okay, maybe
this online stuff kind of breaks it all down for you.
Yeah.
So
It's
right there.
I
know.
And some of these questions you wouldn't even feel comfortable asking someone right away. You can't just
Never.
walk up to a stranger at a ball and
how do you perform oral?
Yeah, what are your thoughts on eating ass? My name is,
People get scared. You got to start with the online barrier. It's a good thing.
And some of these websites actually have web chat. So that, a lot of the times you're wondering, is this person really this 35-year-old chiseled sex god, or is he a 15-year-old using his dad's computer?
Right. I didn't know that they were doing that a lot more now. So you can just be like, hey, what's up?
Exactly.
You're into what I'm into.
Let's find out if it's legal to be into the same thing.
Nice to meet you. That's cool. I like that a lot. That makes it feel a little bit safer, a little more personable, and
right.
It's cool. It's exciting. You're right. It is a good thing to do on a Tuesday night at home in your PJs.
Right, and plus, what are the chances you're going to meet someone great up at the club anyways? I feel like most people end up waking up the next day with a crazy hangover next to nobody.
I know.
I know it's happened to me many times. And then they go from place to place to place.
Wake up with your shoes still on. I've had that before.
Or in a completely different outfit, not even in your PJs. I want to know sometimes when you black out, what goes through your head? Because it goes into some kind of autopilot.
Did I need to do some sort of clothes changing, wardrobe change before I went to sleep tonight?
I woke up in a tennis skirt.
Oh my God.
What was I doing?
Just come home, turn the music on, I'm still drunk. Let's keep going with this.
See, and it would be so much better if you had gone on Sex Surge or Passion Surge.
Even, have you ever done a little drunk online, sexsearch.com?
Yeah, and it's kind of similar to actually going out and getting drunk. The next day you realize you had a 2-hour conversation with some fat guy in the middle of
chat,
nowhere.
and they're like, hey, we connected. What happened last night? You haven't... But that's cool. I like that a lot.
And it's nice too because some people aren't comfortable actually meeting and going into the action. Some people just want to
Totally.
talk about it. Some
Yeah,
people are
absolutely.
married and they just maybe they don't want to actually go all the way. Maybe they just
Exactly.
want to tease themselves. It's nice to
Yeah.
have all these different layers before,
Exactly. And now it's all kind of coming together. I'm like, what if I'm missing out on? I need to do more of this, but
right? I mean, do you consider that cheating if it's cyber
it's a
sex?
conversation. Cheating is different to every relationship, just like every relationship's different.
Definitely, I agree. I feel like some girls think cheating is if you just say to someone,
Look at
I
a
like
girl,
you.
yeah, exactly. Or go to a strip club or something. You know what I mean? There's all these boundaries and rules, and you gotta work it out yourself. You gotta meet somebody in the middle.
Everybody's different. And same thing, one of the questions that was really popular is, how to please a woman and how to please a man. I feel like that's such a silly question because,
Everybody's different.
right?
Yeah.
And even if I know how to please you really well, I know all your spots and all your little tricks, the next person would be completely different. So for me to get all cocky, yeah,
I know how to please a
amazing.
woman. Yeah.
I know how to please this woman.
Totally.
These other women, no clue.
Right. So you got to keep an open mind, I think, with sex. People kind of like to be a little bit more, come on, what's the answer? How do you please a woman orally? And it's like, you know what? Just feel it out a little bit. Let's get to know each other.
That's exactly what it is. Don't be afraid to ask what you ask for what you want, and look up at her face. Just to see if this is working. And for girls, just not to fake it because that just screws us up. Because that's how guys walk around going, "I'm obviously really great." When she was just trying to get you to stop.
Everyone's faked an orgasm, especially with the guy. It's so easy.
Do you think faking is that something that you've done?
I've done it before, but God, I try not to do it again. I'd rather keep going. Like, let's keep going.
Yeah, well, I mean,
And
if
I'm
you
lucky
really have to.
with the girls that I've worked with. A lot of them are like girls that I will work with over and over and over again. I have like my top 5 and like a few girls that I'll work with. So we know each other really, really well, and we know what works, and different things work for even different companies or different days. We can feel each other out, and it's, if you're in a different mood, you're gonna have a different kind of sex than you would.
That makes me want to ask, and I'm so sorry to the girls that she's not going to mention, but who is your absolute favorite person to do a scene with?
I like Ozzy Kira. Charlie Lane is a favorite. Victoria White is a new chick. She's kind of up and coming, but she's just go in there and kill it. It's like, those are cool chicks off camera. So once you're having a good time and those kinds of girls, we can be really cool off camera. And then once the camera starts, it's like on. And then when we hear a cut, then we go back to like just chilling.
Like
you
if
can
they
be the
had
same
to see
kind of
one
friends.
scene.
Ooh, one scene?
One scene of yours, your absolute favorite.
Probably my first one with Asa, which was on Danny's. Danny.com.
Nice. What was her name?
Asa, I can't.
Asa.
Can't miss her. Hot, sexy Japanese girl.
Ooh,
sex bot.
Japanese.
She's blowing up right
redhead.
now.
Nice. Let me ask you one of these questions that they came up with here.
Yeah, let's get some hard-hitting
Ooh.
questions.
What are your tips for novice porn stars?
Tips for novice porn stars? You gotta be prepared for the day. You know what I mean? I think a lot of girls come in, they don't know the proper like etiquette as far as like cleaning yourself and all that, like the showering and douching and getting all clean and brushing your teeth. And that's always really good. But also,
And if you're uncomfortable douching, use vinegar and water.
yeah, exactly. So that kind of thing, and shaving, and you learn as you go along, as you show up. Always
Well, those
be
are
prepared
things
with
you
your
wouldn't want to
suitcase.
trial and error.
Totally.
I've heard of a girl coming to set and the whole room smelling, and
Yeah,
I don't know
exactly.
how that she would be oblivious to this.
I know, right?
And I've seen behind the scenes where people are vomiting.
Yeah,
I mean,
throat fucking. That happens during throat fucking.
wait, I feel like there's a story in that head going on as I
No,
just said that.
I know
No?
someone. I just know of. I've been described to as throat fucking. It's like gets really crazy and violent. It's where the head's over the head and the guy's coming and just fucking your throat.
Yeah.
But like it usually ends, when I was described what types of scenes that was, they were like, it usually ends with some projectile vomiting. I'm like, oh my
Whoa, but that stuff's not on camera, right? The projectile vomiting?
I don't know. We'll have to Google
Maybe
it later.
that's a fetish all in itself.
Yeah, seriously.
Wow, there's a fetish for absolutely everything.
I know.
Ooh, what was your first porn scene and was it easy?
My first porn scene, well, I got into doing hard porn scenes with girls because I did a scene with some girls, friends of mine, some porn girlfriends of mine were like, hey, we're doing this softcore shoot, and we wanted to get a group of girls, and I had just met Tori Black at the airport. We got the same driver, and then we got picked up.
And prior to that, you hadn't done any
no
hardcore scenes?
hardcore.
What were you doing before?
Like Cinemax, and I'd started out in Playboy magazine.
So it was gradual.
Just,
so it was like
exactly.
shock.
Exactly, and it was softcore, but we all kind of did a bunch of hardcore shit because we're all like, we're totally into each other, and so that's when I decided. I was like, oh, that was badass. I want to go schedule my first girl.
Right.
And it ended up being like this trip to Tahoe for Reality Kings with 3 other girls who were so cool, and it was really.
How long was the trip?
It was just a weekend, like
Wow,
Friday night to
no.
Sunday night. We shot stills on Saturday, and we just shot the video on Sunday. So it was like literally probably not a whole lot of work, but a lot of fun.
Does this
It's
once
all
you do the
weekend.
scene together, does that open it up so that if you guys are away from the camera, you're now more comfortable with each other? Does it get wilder and crazier when the cameras aren't around?
Not necessarily. I mean, like, unless, like, when you have sex with a girl, it's not casual. Like, it's not casual when you do it with a guy off camera. So it's like, it's not that casual, but maybe you are a little bit more comfortable being playful and frisky. But you feel someone out, you know what I mean? You know whether
course.
someone wants to mess around off camera or on. You always know. You
You can
sense
tell,
it.
kind of, I guess, when they yell cut.
Yeah, it's like flirting or something, you know?
Sure.
You know, you're picking up on the signals, so.
Because I was saying earlier that I got into doing soft girl because
Mm-hmm.
there were girls that I was really interested in that would only make out with girls
On
on
camera.
camera.
Yeah,
So
totally.
then I thought, okay, if that's what it takes to get this girl to make out with me, then
Meet
that's
girls.
fine.
Yeah, totally.
So
Well,
then you
girls
get
do that.
paid to make out with the most beautiful, and you pick them too. You can go,
I do, yeah.
This is the most beautiful girl. I want that one. It's like a kid in a candy store. I mean, I don't understand girls that
I've
are in the
described
business
it
that
like
don't
that.
like girls in real life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how you would go
Like, how
that.
can you not look at yourself in the mirror when you're looking good? Appreciate that woman's body.
Definitely. But they think that a girl knows what a girl wants. I disagree with that too, since everyone's so different.
Exactly. That's kind of another, like, thumbhole you can't, or pigeonhole that you can't really.
That's the
Put anybody
unfortunate.
down.
They want so many answers, but I think in
Yeah.
so many regards, there's just no answers. There's
I
just,
think that people who go online to these sites, these dating sites, and even the sex pickup dating sites, they kind of throw it all out there and are comfortable with it. So I think that when you meet them, they're a little bit more okay, since it started off like, okay, we're gonna meet because we're obviously interested in each other. It kind of starts off, people seem a little bit more comfortable saying, oh, I like this, not like that. Like, even in the bedroom, I think they're a little bit more, you become a little more comfortable. Since it's already been established that there's an attraction to each other, it's easier to point out and pick out and guide exactly to
right?
what you
I
like.
feel like it's more comfortable online via email or even phone than in person for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe because they're not looking at you, so
Yeah.
it's like you can. And if you open all that up before you meet, I mean that changes everything. 'Cause now you have
Exactly.
this new. I mean, anybody you meet, you're doing that whole feel them out thing. This is skipping all that and getting right to the person you want, sitting right there,
Knowing exactly what they like in bed.
and you can put that into the search engine.
Right.
You know, you can
Right.
specifically look for someone this age who's into this, who's looking for this, and you know, this age group and wants to go this far.
Who's
I mean,
DTF and who's not.
exactly. And I don't think you have that ability anywhere else.
I
I don't even
know.
know. People think that it's so taboo to online date.
No
I don't know
way.
why you want to go anywhere
I
else.
know. And I think there's opportunities for, like, it doesn't matter what you're into. If you're a couple and you're looking for, like, a playmate who's a girl or a guy, whatever, you know, there's everything for that. It's really cool. And you
Yeah.
might explore, like with this business, what it does for some people is it opens up a lot of opportunities, like you said, with women or however, you know, any kind of opportunity. So I think that's kind of when you start searching on these online sites, I think that's when you start discovering things that will pique your interest that you didn't even know you're into.
Sometimes it's fun just to look.
Yes.
I mean, you don't
Just
even have
look.
the guts to contact anyone. Just look around. Maybe
Mhm.
you're into something and you don't even know it.
See who else is out there on those online dating sites.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. Check out some of our other Jade and Cole videos and be back next week when we interview another sex goddess.